Yo, it's Trent. Hope everyone's having a good day, good week so far. Happy Thursday. And we got going through 3 boxes of Whippets in an hour and then passing out story time. So I only have like 1 or 2 other Whippet stories because it's just a dumb drug. You know what I mean? Like, it's not. I mean, it's a little bit fun for the moment, but dude, it just makes you feel so stupid. You're just killing brain cells. It's dumb, right? But let me tell you about this because it does, like, not even, I mean, over a span, you could get addicted, but I mean, even when you're doing it for just one night, dude, you do not want to stop, but we'll get into it. So, I was in Florida at the time living with my friend, and we had another friend come visit us, right? So, three of us in total, and I had like no money. I'd spent all my money on weed, the money that I had, right? So I had weed, but I didn't have much money. And my one friend comes down and he likes to party, but he doesn't like to smoke too much. So we're looking at what we can do that's cheap and it's like drink or smoke, you know? Well, he's like, "Hey, at any of the vape shops do they have Whippets?" But to do Whippets, you need a cracker, and those are like 60, $70 from most vape shops, so I can't get it. But my one friend was like, "You know what, I'll get it," and he still has it to this day, but he's like, "Yo, I'll get it, and then, like, who knows when we may do it in the future." It's like, okay, fuck it, but I wouldn't have spent 60, $70 because, you know, you don't do Whippets that often, but he was down, so we were down, you know what I mean? I'm down to get fucked up, so we go there, right? And I can't remember how many was in a case, but we'll just roughly say there was 20 of them. There was either 20 or 25 in a case, right, of the canisters. So we bought that. We buy the cracker. It came out to like $80 or $90. Like, the box wasn't that expensive, you know? So we drive back home and, you know, we start doing the Whippets. And for the first box, most of the time we were doing one at a time, right? And I'm trying to think, if we didn't have balloons, we were risking the burning, or not burning, freezing your lungs or whatever, because we weren't using a balloon. We were just hitting it straight out of the cracker, right? So we each do a couple, and you know, it's the same. It really is the same feeling every time. It's like you're sitting there and then you get just blasted back, is the best way I could say it. Like, I don't even know how to say it. Like, you just kind of go from, I mean, obviously you go from sober to fucked up, but it happens really quick and it goes away really quick. Like, it hits you and you just kind of feel like you're floating. And if you do a bunch of them, like if you keep hitting like 2 or 3 in a row, you'll see these little fractal things like you're tripping. But I'm laying on the bed and feeling that. And I'm like, woo, right? And we had a good system doing. We were going, I hit it, my friend hits it, the other friend hits it, and there's 3 of us, so it was a rotation, you know? But it was a good amount of time. Like, if you're just doing just 2 people, you know, we probably wouldn't have done 3 boxes, but with 3 people, it was going kind of quick. It's like, by the time you get your wits about you and you're like, oh, I want to hit it again, it's pretty much your turn. So it was going well. Well, we didn't even, I'm trying to think, we maybe sat on the bed for 20 minutes, like maybe a minute a canister, and we kill them, right? And we kill them, and we're sitting there, and listen, before this day, I had done Whippets and I had tried them and I didn't really care, you know what I mean? Like, I'd try it and I was like, oh, that was fun, I can go home now, right? But this time, dude, we finished them and immediately all 3 of us are like, we have to get more. We have to get more. So we drive back to the vape shop, and listen, it probably wasn't safe for us to be driving. I mean, all 3 of us felt kind of dumb, you know what I mean? That's what happens after you do Whippets. We just killed brain cells. So we feel stupid. We're like, damn, dude, I can't think properly. Like, oh, I feel spaced out. I feel stupid, right? So we go there, and this time we were like, you know what? Instead of just 1 box, let's buy 2 of them. So my friend spends another like $20, $30 to get 2 more boxes, and we drive back to the house, right? And we were like, okay, we'll do 1 more box, and then the other box we'll save, because my friend had pretty much supplied all of us. Like, he kind of bought everything for this night, so like that extra box should be his if we don't finish whatever, right? Like, it makes sense. Well, just like the first time, we have the 3-man rotation, but instead of doing one at a time, this time we did 2 at a time, which got you real fucked up, which made every time I would hit it, right, I would do one, you know, reset it, do another, and by the time I couldn't even finish like hitting the second one by the time it would kick in, and it would just kick in so hard, I would have to lay all the way back on the bed. Like, I would just lay back and close my eyes, and it felt like I don't even know, it felt like there was air coming like from inside of my body, like in my eyes and just coming out. Like it just felt like my whole body was floating, right? It felt good, but it was just like, damn, you know, like even though I was in an altered state of mind, I knew I was fucked up. I was like, damn, bro, this shit kicks your ass, right? So we do 2 at a time, but this time, obviously, it goes way quicker. Instead of 20 minutes, it was like 10 minutes, and we did 2 at a time. But when we finished them, dude, we all felt like shit. Like, not like your stomach hurt and I'm nauseous, feel like shit, but just like, we felt retarded, dude. Seriously, like, that's how we felt. We were laying there after doing 2 boxes of Whippets in a row, and we're just laying there feeling dumb, feeling stupid, whatever you want to call it. Like, we felt so spacey. But of course, less than 5 minutes later, what do? We bust out the 3rd box, dude. And by this time, like, it was like your mind's telling you you want it. Like, it's like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like a 1-day addiction. It doesn't even make sense for you to want it that bad when it's your first time doing it. Or not even first time, but just first time in like a year doing Whippets. But then when you're doing them, like, you just want to keep going. You're like, damn, I don't want to stop. It's the weirdest thing ever. It's like, it literally is like a 1-day addiction. You're like, damn, I want more. I want more. So we bust out the 3rd one, and we couldn't even, like, when we started this, we were all sitting up on the bed. By the time we got to the 3rd box, all of us are laying down or, like, stretched out in some weird way, right? Like, I was, like, sitting crisscross applesauce, but then laying straight back. My one friend's laying on his side, and my one friend's laying, like, on the back of the bed against the board, you know, like the big wooden board on the back of some of the beds. He's laying against that thing with like hugging a pillow, and we start passing around this again. So we were thinking, do we do 1 at once, 2 at once, 3 at once? What do we do here, right? And we were like, okay, you know what? Here's what we'll do. We'll each do 1 at a time, right? I'll do 1, he'll do 1, he'll do 1. Then we'll each do 2 at a time, and then we'll do 3 at a time. And I'm not correct. Let me just think for a second. So that would be 3 and then 6. That's 9, 9 plus 8. Yeah. So we had enough to do that. It was something like that. We're like, we'll do it once, then twice, then 3 times in a row. It's like, okay, this will fuck us up. And listen, I've never done 3 Whippets in a row. Even back in the day when like my friend had the balloons, you know, and you'd rip the balloons or whatever. Dude, I never did 3 in a row. I would do 2 in a row and get crazy fractals, but I never did 3. So we were like, fuck it, right? I do the 1, and just the 1, I knew my brain was fried for the night, because not even after that one, but after the 2 boxes, like, I'm hitting it and it feels good, but the moment it goes away, dude, I feel so stupid. Like, maybe I'm not describing it right, but I just feel so drugged out. Like, even once it wears off, I'm like, damn, I could not drive. I could not take a test. I couldn't, like, operate machinery. I can't do shit right now, you know? And it's not like we were smoking or drinking, just from hitting too many Whippets. Like, I just felt so spaced out, right? Well, eventually it's my turn to do 2 in a row. I'm like, fuck it, I can do this. This won't be a problem. Well, I hit the 2 in a row, dude, and I almost fainted or almost passed out, because when I was hitting it towards the end of the second one, it felt like I was running out of air, you know, like I couldn't breathe. So I stopped hitting it, and I go to take a deep breath. And even when I wasn't hitting the cracker, it felt like I was still hitting a Whippet. I know that sounds bad, but that was the truth. Like, it was fucked, dude. I thought it was like I was trying to just get a breath of air, but my lungs weren't working. It was like, and it wasn't working, right? And I started getting real lightheaded, and I just laid down for a minute and, let the high wear off, and it felt good again. Like, it felt good while I was being worried about not breathing. That's how strong it is. Like, even when I couldn't breathe, I was like, well, it wouldn't be a bad way to die. Like, I still feel warm. I still feel good, fucked up. Well, then my other friends do them, and by that time, I didn't even want to do the 3 in a row. I was like, fuck this. You guys can have the rest of them. That's what I said, right? But my friend's like, nah, we're all going to do 3 in a row. Come on. It's like, it's the last round. Like, after this, we're done. And even with not wanting to do anymore, the Whippets are still telling your brain, like, you want to do, like, 10 in a row. And you're like, what? No, I can't. But your brain's like, yes, dude, like, you're going to get fucked up. It's going to feel great. And it's so weird because it does feel great. Like, you're hitting the Whippet. It feels amazing. It's nitrous, Like, you get high, you feel good. But it goes away so quick, and the moment it goes away, you just feel not good. Like, your brain, your head, you just feel fried. Like if you've ever taken a psychedelic and stayed up all night, and when it wears off, or just taking psychedelics, when it wears off, how you're like, you just feel like you need to shower, your skin feels dirty, like the whole thing, you just feel gross, right? That's how I felt. But my friend's like, nah, we got to do 3 in a row. So I grab it, I'm like, fuck, dude. And to get the canister off and like put it back on, doing it quick is hard to do just for 2 in a row. For 3 in a row, I don't know if I can even do it. So I do the first one, I kill it. I feel the effects start coming out, and I untwist it. It was cold as hell. It's always cold when you're twisting it on and off. It's cold because, you know, you're ripping it. It's the nitrous. It's cold, right? So I do the one, I tie the second one on, I do the second one, and just like what happened with the last one, I finish the second one, it feels like I can't breathe. Like I can't get a good breath at all. Not even a half breath. Like maybe a 1/4 breath. Like I'd be like, like that was as much as I could breathe, right? And then I couldn't even do the third one by myself. Like my hands were too, like I was shaky. I was high. I'm high as shit, right? Well, my friend ties the third one in there for me or twists it on, and he hands it to me, and I could barely hold on to the thing, but I just put it in my mouth. Definitely got it wet. Like I'm sure I just like opened my mouth like a water bottle and just, dude, that was it. Like my mind turned off. Like I already felt like I couldn't breathe. I hit that. It went from fractals, 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 darkness, dude. Just straight darkness. I passed out. So I come to like 30 seconds later. My friends are like freaked out. Like if they were sober, they'd be way more freaked out. But you could tell like they were worried, but also really high or you know, just feeling dumb from the effects. Cause I like wake up and my friends are looking at me like this, like, are you okay, dude? But I just didn't feel good. I was like, nah, I'm good. And they were high, so they didn't really think about it. They're just like, oh yeah, you know, my turn, my turn. So they rip their 3, and there's 2 left, and I say, you guys just take them, dude. Couldn't do anything the rest of the night, and it was like 8, 9 p.m., dude, and I had to go to sleep after that. Like, I could not stay up. I was like, I have to pass out again. Like, I need to just put my head down and sleep this off, because I felt so weird. I mean, I know I did it to myself. What I really did was just kill a bunch of brain cells, but dude, it was wildly stupid, fun, and dangerous probably. I mean, passing out, that's like some Steve-O shit. I'm lucky I didn't have another seizure or something. But anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. That's going through 3 boxes of Whippets, then passing out story time. Sub and share means a lot. And if you're going through something, you need someone to talk to, my Instagram's linked, same name as my YouTube. Just go there, DM me. I'll get back to you in a day or 2. Be safe. Peace out. Don't do Whippets. Just smoke weed.